EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo, here in the state of Washington, getting ready for a wonderful day of golf. Chambers Bay, the site of the action. And Frank, what can you tell us about this course?
Well, if you're not looking at the golf course today, you can certainly look at the scenery, which is fantastic today. The water is just glistening. Those Olympic mountains are just standing out there in the background. But once your mind drifts back to the golf course, you're going to have your game today. Firm and fast, going to play like a true lynx.
Is the wind a factor?
It is. You get some of those cross-breeze holes, then all of a sudden, you really better know exactly how you're striking the ball. Oh, it's perfect. That is a huge opening tee shot.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Ready to tee off here at the second. Frank, what's it all about?
Well, you hit your tee shot here through the dunes, Rich, not overly long, just under 400 yards. The bunker on the left really shouldn't be a problem. Just avoid the dunes on the right and left.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with a rough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how strong he is.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Shouldn't be a problem here. So a drop shot here at the third hole, Frank.
Yeah, another putt missed.
Well, it was bound to come to an end at some point. Drops just 1 shot after that terrific stretch of birdies. Frank, here on the fourth tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards.
That was terrible.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
I'll make this about 100 yards. Third shot. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. Yeah, it's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Settles in over the putt. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
So with that, 1 over par. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The whole pinch is in, though, with those bunkers left and right. And there's just one bunker in the front of this green. And that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, what do we have with the approach shot here at the 5th?
Just got to be cognizant of that bunker. That's you can see it there. That's just central front of this green. You either got to go around it, or if you're good enough, then you go straight over it. But you've got to have a ton of spin on the second shot.
That is classy.
You have a chance of going in.
Now a chance for a birdie. So with a make, moves to even par. Frank, now at the 6th, this appears to be a testing par 4 long one.
It is, but once again, a generous fairway. Just use those mounds down the left as an indicator on your line. Hole bends a little bit to the right. Good tee shot, though, and everything is in front of you.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. What a drive. Just tattooed that.
Plus, with Rory, the chat in the locker room, when you hear someone say, I couldn't hit that shot he just hit today, that's when you know you're different.
How about the 2 eagles he made in the final 3 holes Saturday, round 3, on his way to winning the Open Championship in 2014?
That was phenomenal. 16 was virtually unreachable for most of the field. 2 phenomenal shots. And obviously he's in a tussle with Ricky Fowler. And then to top it off, that 5-iron he hit into 18 was just, it never left the flagstick. Yeah, he has that ability just to hit the gas pedal at the right time.
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. Clean this up with a tap. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 4th hole seems to have really put him off his game. Frank, this is a daunting challenge. The 7th hole, long par 4. It's over 500 yards.
A huge bunker down the right side that probably runs for a good 200-300 yards. Obviously, that's to be avoided. And then, of course, there's the mounds and the hammocks and the dunes and that on the left side. That's the reason, really, why this hole's called Humpback. But then, a little bit like the golf course, there's only one greenside bunker to be worried about, but enough green left of that.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Slipping just a bit, another bogey, and now 2 over par. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, there's only one tree on the entire golf course here at Chambers Bay. Also, no houses, no golf carts. It's kind of nice. It's sort of pure out there.
It's what golf is and what should be, and what it should be. And sadly, we've gone away from it at times. But when you come back to places like Chambers Bay, and I know Chambers Bay is still a new golf course, but it still reminds us how golf really, it can be played by any level, by any male or female. It doesn't discriminate against age either. So, golf is something. It is a game that can be played by everyone. And when you see a true walking links golf course like Chambers Bay, you go, yeah, I could do that. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That's a solid shot here into the 8th hole, and a good chance now for another birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. This for par. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Rounding out the front side here at Chambers Bay with a par 3, the 9th.
Well, the tee is nearly 100 feet above the level of the green, so you can see everything. This is one of the best views on the golf course. A fairly lengthy par 3. Obviously it's stout, just over 200 yards, but you can see the green off that elevated tee, and this requires your best shot.
Superb shot once again, and only about 15 feet away for a birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. So that was probably a makeable putt, but everything had to be right. The speed and the read didn't quite have it dialed in online there.
Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Bublé. So, Frank, that's a bogey, and I can't help but think the double bogey he made earlier just flat out took the wind right out of his sails.
Yeah, he still hasn't recovered from that, Rich. You can see that in the demeanor, and it's still shaky. I'm loving that balance.
In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back nine. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Just a couple of feet. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Well, here we are at the 11th. Frank, this is a brutally long par 4.
And a little bit blind, too. There's that big dune in the middle of the fairway, and it's sort of a bit daunting. You're not quite sure what's behind that. Well, what is behind that is actually fairway. And just carry it over there. That'll certainly shorten the hole up. And then from there, it's a little bit of a dogleg to the right. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, you hate to miss it from that distance.
More than a setback there.
So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Measuring 311 yards, the 12th, Frank, seems to offer an opportunity for a player to do something pretty dramatic here.
Yeah, it's called the Narrows. Really, it should be called the Temptation, because what player stands on a tee knowing he can reach and doesn't take up the gauntlet?
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right.
It's no snack, though.
Not quite enough on that one, couple of feet short.
Yeah, hopefully he taps it in. Not his best, but hopefully it's just 2 putts.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Well, Frank, he'll drop at least 1 shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
Quite a few loose shots today. That's a 5th bogey on the round. 13th hole now. It's a dogleg right, par 4. Frank?
But at 534 yards, you need an eagle eye, which is the name of the hole, to find exactly where you want to hit this. Doglegs to the right. There is a fairway that's plenty wide to accept a good tee shot. And then from there on in, it's actually a relatively straightforward second shot, providing you can miss that bunker that's just short in the middle of the green.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Shouldn't be a problem here. Wow, I thought that was in. Just a tap in to finish the hole. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the deck. At last, Frank, a break from those long par 4s. We just played 5 par 4s in a row. Now the par 3 15th.
And also, as you can see in the distance, you can actually see a tree, one of the few that are on the golf course. Hence the name of 15, it's called Lone Fir. Not overly long, just a little short hole. But in a US Open, obviously they can play it at around 250 yards. It's just a fun par 3. But check where that flag is, because sometimes 3 is a good score here. But an easy flag position, and then go straight at it.
To the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Getting set to take on the finishing holes here at Chambers Bay. How do you do it in the right way, Frank?
Well, when you look down this fairway, obviously everything slopes left to right. That makes this hole actually play a little bit more of a dogleg to the right, even though it doesn't look it. And then, of course, that green up ahead, it's like a tabletop. So precision here is absolutely paramount.
Good contact, good result. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Settles in over the putt. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, it's just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a 3 here. This is not a time to be a hero.
Moves to 5 over. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. Frank, you always start out thinking about going low, but in this game you can end up feeling low. What do you tell a player who's had an off day?
Well, this is as much about managing your misses as celebrating your great shots. You look at the best players in the world, they know how to play bad better than anybody.
Now his third, staring right at the green. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. All right, Frank, now a chance to begin to turn it around.
It's got to start somewhere. Really, the first display of golf we saw was poor, but now this is what people expect.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That looked for all the world like it was dead center.
I've got no idea how that missed.
So they'll tap in. Be looking to turn the tide tomorrow after a round of 76. It really has been a tough day, Frank, hasn't it?
Golf, such an up and down game, and a few good holes might just turn this around.